While the coronavirus pandemic has hit the travel industry hard, Airbnb just launched the IPO the past Thursday. Airbnb shares ended the day up more than 112% in its IPO. The latest tech stock starts showing monster gains in its first day of trading this year. That puts Airbnb past the market cap of travel giant Booking, which has a valuation of more than $86 billion. Competitor Expedia has a market cap of $18 billion. Investing in any new listing is risky. Initial exuberance can easily give way to buyer's regret in a blink of an eye. Always consider investing in a single stock, a complement to an existing balanced portfolio rather than all in a bet. Hi there, welcome to Investor's Game. In this video, we're going to be talking about should you invest in Airbnb? Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. Now, let's get started. Airbnb is an online marketplace that connects people who want to rent out their homes with people who are looking for accommodation in that location. Travelers can often book an Airbnb for less than the cost of a hotel room. It currently covers more than 81,000 cities and 191 countries worldwide. The company's name comes from the air mattress B&B. For hosts, participating in Airbnb is a way to earn some income from their property, but with the risk that the guest might do damage to it. For guests, the advantage can be relatively inexpensive accommodation, but with the risk that the property won't be as appealing as the listing made it seem. Now, let's talk about the stock. AirBNB IPO was placed on December 9th, and its shares began trading on December 10th. The company had initially announced its plans to go public in September, following a number of big debuts by tech companies like Zoom, Pinterest, Uber, and Lyft. Its market cap far surpassed hotel chains as well, such as Marriott and Hilton, which hold market caps more than $42 billion and $29 billion. Respectively, Delta Airlines has a market cap of just $30 billion. The first day search made Airbnb the 10th best debut in 2020, based on price gain from its IPO. Airbnb trades under the ticket ABNB on the Nasdaq. Shares of Airbnb increased more than double in their stock market debut on Thursday. Airbnb sold 50 million shares, valuating the home rental firm at just over $100 million in the biggest US initial public offering IPO of 2020 and capping a bumper year in which investors flocked to the tech stocks. Airbnb opened at $146 on the Nasdaq, far above the IPO price of $68 per share that raised $3.5 billion for the company. The stock hit a high of $165 and closed at $144. But should you invest in Airbnb? Here are some things to consider. How the company is doing. A year of stay-at-home orders around the globe has wreaked inevitable damage on Airbnb. As travel options dry up, booking values fell almost 40% in the first 9 months of the year, compared with the same period of the year before. Overall, the company lost $697 million up to September 3rd, compared with the $323 million at the same point last year. Still, during that period, the firm brought in revenue of $2.5 million, and the third quarter of this year was actually Airbnb's most profitable ever as measured by earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Prospects for the company began to recover during summer. International travel restrictions drove more people to take vacation close to home. Airbnb also cut costs dramatically. In May, when bookings were plunging, the company slashed marketing costs and cut its full-time employee headcount by 25%. Next, the travel rebound. The UK became the first country in the world to start using a clinically authorized vaccine last week. The US and European Union may soon follow. If these and other measures help quash the pandemic, business and recreational travel may resume in 2021, which would very likely result in more business for Airbnb. This, of course, would boost its performance as a company and value as an equity. We guess that Airbnb could become a very positive story next year. As a part of the rebound trade based on rollouts of COVID-19 vaccines, some analysts expect that travel will surprise to the upside against current problems over the next 2 years. So pricing may benefit Airbnb. Now, Airbnb has become a new world for people. When people start using brand name as a verb, for example, Google it, that's a clear sign of ubiquity and staying power. Both travelers and home workers now talk about Airbnb. What's more, the company is a brand the new generation of millennial investors grew up using. Such name recognition can help cement the company as the place to go for short-term rentals. It also means Airbnb has to spend a lot less money on advertising, helping profitability. Also, Airbnb is good for diversification. From San Francisco to Sydney, Airbnb has pushed aggressively across the globe. This now means that it's more diversified than some of its competitors. The company generates 63% of its revenue outside the US. Booking Holdings generates less than that, some 50 to 60% of its revenue in Europe alone, and Expedia is similar weighted in North America. Airbnb's global reach could be a boon if the recovery in travel is uneven. Services such as Airbnb have made it easier for people to rent homes in remote locations without hotels. This year, that has become even more attractive as offices have shut and employees have been able to work remotely, including from Airbnbs and exotic locations. If this trend continues, it could continue to boost the company. Next, the price might seem undervalued. Airbnb's value reached $31 billion in a 2017 private funding round. Yet, at the weight of the pandemic, a debut funding round valued at just $18 billion. This sort of variation means that investors may be underestimated the company's potential, which could mean a bargain for you. Here are some factors to steer clear on this stock. This year was terrible for hotels and airlines companies. Booking tanks, firms went bankrupt, and customers were too scared to do all that much travel, especially abroad. This may improve if COVID recedes soon, but there's a chance that we may not revert back to pre-pandemic norms, especially if a significant block of consumers remain too scared to travel afar. That would be a drag on Airbnb's business model. Online travel services are different from the other digital businesses in one important way. A lot of people who use the internet already use them. More than 50% of the people who have used the internet have also used online travel services. That figure only goes up to the mid-teens, percentage-wise, for the other categories such as e-commerce and online food delivery. Meanwhile, some of Airbnb's attempts to diversify into different services have had questionable results. Airbnb recently launched experiences, which lets guests book things like cooking classes and city tours. Some have speculated that it's money loser, and results from these activities has not broken out from other businesses in Airbnb's filing, so it's difficult to know for sure. Also, parties have become a growing political problem for the company, as well as angering neighbors and boosting regulation attempts. Unauthorized gatherings expose the company to litigation. With so many listings, cracking it down could be costly. Airbnb's biggest challenge is the coronavirus, which continues to keep people at home. Some hosts and prospective hosts are also opting not to list their accommodation on their service. Meanwhile, city governments frequently tweak their restrictions on rentals that impact whether the company can host guests there. Beyond COVID-19, the company has struggled with safety issues, including guest hosting unauthorized parties that have become violent. After 2 shootings at parties in California left people dead and injured, the company added new rules in an effort to improve safety. Investing can involve risk, but that shouldn't scare you. In fact, once you understand risk tolerance and the strategy available to manage risk, you will be able to build an investment strategy that helps you to feel confident. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Let me know in the comment box, would you invest in Airbnb? Subscribe to my channel because every week I'm in YouTube with new content, and do not forget to activate the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. See you next time.